everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the last unit of the linear programming problems. That is a network flow problems. So, let us understand what do you mean by word network. Or simple we can say as a graph. Network or simply we can say it as graph. Graph. We can say it as a graph. What is I mean by graph? Okay, let me take one example to understand this word network or graph. So, let me take a point and I will name it as V1, V2, V3 and V4. These points has a good name that is called vertices. So, I will join these vertices by a line. Let me join all the vertices by a line. So these lines has again a name. They are called as edges. Okay, this is the example for undirected graph. Okay, let me take one more example. Name it as these points or vertices. I have said that these points are that V1, V2, V3 are called the vertices. And let me join all the vertices by a line that is called wedges. I'll name it as these points as V1, V2, V3 are V4 is vertices and these line by edges. Okay, let me put here a mark. Okay, and this is called directed graph. This is an example for a directed graph. What do you find difference here? The difference is just arrow mark. In the first example, what we have taken, in that we don't find any arrow mark, but here we find the direction from V1 from this line start from V1 to V2, and again we will move from V2 to V3. So direction is mentioned here. The direction is given. So this is called the directed graph. Example for a directed graph. So now we understood a graph or a network. A network is basically it's a set of vertices and the edges. Edges merged between two distinct vertices. Right? Okay, let's see the definition. Formal is what I have explained. Let me look in a formal way. So a directed network or a graph is N is equal to V of V. Let me take it as V of T. Is a set. Is a finite non-empty set. V of elements. The graph is, what do you mean by your graph? Or a network, it's a set. Basically, it's a finite set which has to be non-empty, where we have again a set of elements, set V of elements, which is called vertices, and the set E, which is I'll denote it by E, like E1, E2. I'll name it as E1, E3, E4. The edges. I've given a name for edges here. So, and vertices at a set E of is called the set E of what ordered base. We have seen that ordered base. What ordered base of what? Ordered base of distinct elements of what? Distinct elements of V called edges. So now we already understood from the definition that basically it's a graph is a set of, a network is a set of what vertices and edges. We have seen this, right? Okay, we'll have some more on this, some more definition on this. Okay, I'll rub this example. Okay, let me consider that graph again here. is a directed graph. V1, V2, V3, V4. Okay. Oh yeah, then this is, let me name it as N. So given a name, total is given a name as N. N is said to be capacitated. We are using the word, we are using the term capacitated. If each edge, what is edge? We can write it as, this is the edge. So we can write it as V1, V2 is the edge. In this graph, V1, V2 is the edge. V2, V3 is the edge. V4, V3 is the edge. So I will get the direction here. Okay, this is here and this is this. And V4 to V1 is the edge. So this is not possible. This is V3 to V4. This is the direction from V3 to V4, right? So this is the edge, ordered pairs. Outside this E is an ordered pairs of distinct elements of T, right? Okay, we are talking about the capacity of the graph, right? The N is said to be capacitive in each edge. Let me take it as generally Vi, Vg. This is belong to edge set. There corresponds a real number Cij. There corresponds the real number Cij, which is greater than or equal to 0, called its capacity. Right? If I assign a number here, that is, let me take it as 4. And it has to be a real number which is greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0. Let me assign a capacity for this graph 3, 2 or 0. These numbers are called the capacity of the graph. I hope you understand what you mean by now capacity. Now you are able to identify what is directed graph, undirected graph, or a directed network. We are using the word directed network here. Mainly we are not using the word graph, we are using the network, which is nothing but a graph only. Okay, now one more definition is there. A flow. We have seen the capacitated directed network. Before seeing capacitated directed network, we have seen what is directed network. In the network, we have a direction, right? Okay, a flow. We are talking about the flow. Another word we have introduced is a flow. A flow in a capacitative network is an assignment of a real number Xij to each edge. That is a real number. So exactly, we are assigning some values to the edge. Such that we have a condition. There's a condition is there. We cannot randomly assign the values. We cannot assign randomly. What is the condition to assign the flow? Such that that real number, I will denote that what the flow is, I will represent the flow number as Xij. That Xij should lie between 0 less than or equal to Cij. It lies between 0 and capacity of the network. Then it is called a real number. That real number is called flow of the network. Okay, let me assign a flow for this graph. So let me take 2. See here, 2 is lies between 0 and 4, between the capacity. Again, let me take 0, 0, I'll circle this, okay? Just differentiate. Again, I can assign 2 for this. I can assign 0 only here because the capacity of the graph is 0 only here. Because Cij greater than or equal to 0. You can take capacity as 0. The flow here only 0. I cannot take more than that. The condition is that to assign flow it should be between 0 and Cij. It's a condition. Okay, let's take a beautiful example to understand this concept. A directed capacitive network and a flow. Let me take vertices V1, V2, V3, V4, and V5 here, and this is V6. Now I have to join this. This is a directed because I should use the arrow mark here to here. See, and this is this is this. Okay. This is an example for directed network. It is not capacitated directed network because I haven't written a number between the edges. The capacity is not given here, so it's just a directed network. If I assign some values here, let me assign here 8, 9, 3, and this is 3. Let me assign 3 value. Whatever value I can assign. Again, this is 5, this is 2, and let me assign 5 for this, and this is assigned here 5, and this is let me assign 4, and this is 10, this is 9. Okay, each edge got a real number. That's called a cap. Now it is the capacitated directed network. Now it is called capacitated directed network because each edge has some real number. It has got capacity. So the capacity is 8, 3, 9. They are the real numbers. 5. Every edge is got now capacitated. Right now it's called a capacitated directed network. See the example. Okay. Now let us list the sets. What V and E of this directed network. So the sets V and E of directed network, capacitated directed network, directed network. See, the set E is the vertices, set of vertices. Let us note it first. That is V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6. There are only 6 vertices. There are only 6 vertices. Now let us see this is the edges. So edges, it is what between the two distinct, right? See the let us start with V1. See the direction. I have to write the first element of the order from the initial side, and the second element will be the terminal side. That is V1, V2, and V1, V4 here. Okay, then okay, here is done. Now coming to V2, V2 to V3, and V2 to V5. And it's not possible because the terminal end is here. Now V2, V5 is done. Okay, only 2 edges here. It starts with vertex V2 and coming to V3, V3 to V6, and V3 to V5. Okay, done with the V3 and come to V4, V4 to V3. And V4 to V5, okay, that is done, and V4 to V2, so 1 edge, okay. Now V4 is done, V5 is there, okay, V5 is there, V5 to V6, that's only 1 edge between V5 and 6, okay. This is the list of set V and set E. Okay, it's a capacity directed network, right? Okay, now we need a flow for this network. So what is flow? A flow is the real number that we are assigning to the edges, each and every edges. You have to assign each and every. If we assign a real number, the condition for that real number is, which is denoted by xij, the condition that is, it should lie between the 0 and the capacity of the network. If we assign that real number to each and every network, each and every edge, so that is called a flow of that edge. So let us assign. See, let me assign the different values for each and every edges. So, okay, let me give a real number for this. This is, let me assign 4, a real number 4. And for this, I'll take this as 6. Okay, I've already taken. So that is, let me write that only. This is 3, and here it is 2, and it is 5. See, you can take maximum 5, okay? More than 5 is not possible here, not allowed. This is 1, this is less than that capacity. This is 3 here, and this is 9. For 10 it is 0. I can take 10. Start from 0 to capacity of the network. Okay, this is the example for the capacitated directed network with the flow number. Flow number. Now you understood, right? What is flow number? It's a capacitive directed network. So this is the example. Moving to the next definition. Let me retain this example here only. We'll make use of this example one more time. Next definition is we are going to talk about is net input flow. Net input flow. Net input flow. We know about input. Flow is no, because every vertex has a given real number which lies between capacity 0 and capacity of the network. So what is net flow of that particular vertex? We are talking about here focusing on the vertex. We are talking about net flow, net input flow. Net input flow is, see here, flow is this is the flow, net input flow. So if I want to find the net input flow of pure flow, how to find that? Let's see. Okay, let's see the definition. So okay, like you have a network that is V of E comma E. Your network is V of E comma, where V is the set of vertices and E is called edges. So this is what is the N of V comma is capacitated directed network with a given flow. Okay, I have to consider a capacitated directed network. Capacitated directed network with given flow. With given flow. With given flow, I have to consider. Okay, if that vertex, if Vj belongs to V, if Vj, that vertex, it belongs to the vertex set, then the net input flow at vertex, then the net input flow at the vertex Vj, the vertex, we are talking about the net input flow at the vertex, which is denoted by phi of Vj. It is denoted by phi of Vj, and it is defined as phi of Vj is equal to summation. Look at carefully. Xij is the input, and summation I xji. This is the sum of all flow numbers on the edges into Vj, vertex Vj, and minus the sum of all flow numbers on the edges, which is out of Vj. I'm talking about it generally, Vj. Okay, this is the definition where Xij is the sum of all flow numbers on the edges into the Vij. See, the flow numbers which is into the, this is into the vertex. I want to check that this is, I want to find the net flow at the vertex V4. So this is what is the sum of all flow numbers which is in all the edges which is into the vertex V4. See, this is the into the vertex V4, and see, only this is only into the vertex V4. But here out of the vertex 4, this flow number, and these flow numbers are which is out of the vertex V4. Okay, based on this definition, we'll make some observations here. we'll make some observations here. That is, suppose since it is what difference of a real number, where x is a real number, again these are the real numbers. So flow numbers are real numbers, so it's a difference of the real number. So based on this, we can have three possibilities. We can have three possibilities. What are those three possibilities? See, these value also real number. There will be three possibilities for this. One maybe it is 0, and another one is the value may be less than 0, or this value may be greater than 0. We have three possibilities we have here. So based on this, we'll have a name for that. This observation will name it as, for x is equal to 0, if the value is 0, this is called, that vertex called as intermediate vertex. Intermediate vertex. Intermediate vertex. If the values of the phi of Vj is less than 0, that vertex is called source. That particular vertex is called source, right? And if phi of Vj is greater than 0, that vertex is called as sink. This vertex is called as sink. Okay. Look at this capacitated directed network. Let me calculate the net input flow at the vertex V4. Then let me take that vertex. Okay, let's see whether it's a sink or intermediate vertex or a source. Okay, how to calculate that? Phi of V4, that is equal to summation, the summation xij. Xij means j is I4, here I, we don't know about I and all. Now this is I again out of this is J4. See, this is the sum of all flow numbers on the edges into the vertex V4. That is C. Only one here, that is 6 minus and this C out of the vertex. This is out of the vertex 4. I have to take the sum plus. This is 1, flow number is 1, this is out of the vertex, and plus here it is 3. So now you calculate this. 6 minus 8, which is equal to minus 2. Where this is less than 0, then it is called as source. If it is positive, it is sink. This is source. So V4 is source. V4 is source. Okay, now let us calculate or list the net input flow for the different vertices. For the different vertices of this particular graph. Okay, this I, let me take this I, this is phi of V, let me take this as J, Vj, and what's the type of vertex? Type of vertex. So the vertices are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. It's already calculated that for the net input flow for vertex 1 is, look at here. The sum of all input minus the sum of all output flow number, sum of all flow numbers. We are talking about the flow numbers. See, what's input? Input is no input here, 0 input here. Output, the out of the vertex, that is 10, that is minus 10. This is minus 10. What is this? Is a source. This is source. Type of the vertex is source. Then I have calculated already. So let me write the phi of Vj directly. This is 0. 3 is also 0. Then this is minus 2. And this is 3. And this is 9. It's already calculated. You can check it. This is 0 is intermediate vertex. Again, similarly, this is also the vertex 3 is intermediate vertex. And this 4 is a source. 4 is source, and 3 is a sink, which is greater than 0, is sink, also greater than 0. Okay, now we take the summation of this. Summation of these all. See, 10 minus 10 minus 2, that's minus 12. Again, this is plus 12, that is 0. In general, it is true. In any capacitated directed network, the sum of all the net input flow is 0. The sum of all the net input flow is 0. Okay? This is a general observation. Okay, we'll move to next. Next we have a small theorem. Okay, before that, this we have seen that phi of Vj is equal to 0 here, right? So that such we have a term for this. We have for this phi of Vj is equal to this. It's a conservation of flow. If this is equal to the sum of all the vertices, the net flow of the vertices is 0, that is termed as a conservation of flow. That is termed as the conservation of the flow. So based on this, we have one small theorem. Let's look into that. Theorem. This conservation of, we are going to prove the theorem on conservation of flow. So the statement of the theorem is any flow in a capacitated directed network, any flow in a capacitated directed network, that's given a name, n is equal to v of v comma e, right? That is satisfies that is summation of phi of Vj equal to 0. Vertex, the position of the vertex. Proof is also small and it's very important for 3 marks. You may get it for 3 marks in your semester exam. Okay, we have phi of Vj is equal to summation, what the definition of that? Summation j xij minus summation j, sorry, this is not j, this is I xji, right? Okay, now we want summation of phi of Pij. So that is equal to I xij, this is j, summation I xij minus summation I xji. So that is equal to summation j, summation I xij minus summation j, summation I xji. See, in double summation the value of this won't reduce. You will get both the values same. Therefore, this is equal to 0. So the 3 steps proof.